Okay, so it was the last Raw of the year in Chicago, Illinois. So of course you know it had to be filled to the brim with Punk. The opening part with Punk and Laurinaitis, Punk is a really strong character. And I can tell some people liking the Punk Laurinaitis feud to kind of like Austin and McMahon. The biggest problem was, while Austin was a strong character, McMahon was a strong character. Laurinaitis just comes off kind of more like a stooge. He doesn't have that quite like evil mastermind sort of feeling that you got from McMahon. So of course he makes this elaborate three-person gauntlet match, and then Punk's like, "All right, what if I beat him? What if I beat them all?" And I was like,
I don't know, Punk. I didn't think of anything past that.
he's like, "How am I get to fight you?"
Okay, Punk, you're on. If the WWE Universe wants that, that's what I'll give them. 'Cause I listen to the WWE Universe. You can follow me at hashtag John Laurinaitis.
So not bad, but you can tell Punk is just eviscerating this guy on the microphone. And Punk has gotten to that point where you can tell that if he tries too hard, he's going to make Laurinaitis look so horrible. He just is. The match between Booker T and Cody Rhodes, pretty solid. Give Booker T the win. It was decent back and forth. You can tell Booker T has still got some rust to him, but actually, all in all, solid match. Told a really good story. Then Eve and Zack Ryder took on Tyson Kidd, who's missing the douche wave that he used to have, with Natalya. So I got to have those really awesome, like, wow, it's like I'm watching the Hart Foundation again, or the Hart Dynasty. And then I started thinking, there was a time when the tag division seemed like it really had something going for it. And of course, Zack Ryder gets the win because he's on a hot streak right now. All in all, an okay match. The biggest problem was that with Ryder holding that belt and Ziggler obviously going on to a world title feud, they're going to need to kind of develop somebody who's also at that mid-card level who can do a pretty solid feud with Ryder. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing Swagger and Ryder. That could probably work out a little bit. And then after that, John Cena came out and called out Kane, which led to The Miz coming down, which led to a match between those two that really didn't do anything beyond put both of them on camera long enough till R-Truth came down and then beat the holy daylights out of The Miz. And then cut an incoherent promo about how he wants Christmas to be every Monday as he's going to constantly beat on The Miz. The whole time he is just spitting like crazy on The Miz. And then hits him with a bottle of water. Okay, so now we know that for most of next year The Miz is going to be feuding with R-Truth, which should be a decent, filler feud for a while. That's kind of really about it. There was fallout from when the Big Show attacked Otunga, which then led to Big Show with one arm tied behind his back taking out Otunga. And I have absolutely no idea the music that Otunga came out to. Probably one of the worst theme songs I've ever heard for a wrestler coming down to the ring. Period. That was just horrible. And Otunga, or as we know him, Mr. Hudson. Again, one of Chicago's own, married one of Chicago's own. Dude has just got a fantastic physique. Can barely wrestle a match to save his life. And that match, of course, kind of ended when Mark Henry came down and attacked that Big Show. When Daniel Bryan come down, which was enough to distract Henry. Then Henry saw a Show, got out of the ring, and then choked him out Otunga. So keeping score at home, 4 matches, 2 of them kind of really didn't tell that much of a story. The story about Show and Henry, pretty decent. Floyd and Bryan worked pretty well. And the continuation of, Otunga getting his head punched off last week on a SmackDown by Show. Good continuation of that, but didn't really feel like it really did a whole lot beyond kind of transition some stories that are already going on. And then next, we're already at the main event, which is the gauntlet set of matches. Swagger and Punk, decent match. You can tell they kind of blew the ending. You could tell that Swagger was supposed to run at Vicky when she was still on the apron, but instead Vicky had already dropped down before Swagger made that move. And of course then you get the first big win where Punk pins Swagger. Swagger then, shot blocks and attacks the leg of Punk. Good thing about Punk is that Punk actually sells the injury throughout the whole match with him and Ziggler. Laurinaitis comes down, tosses out both Vicky and Swagger for getting involved in the match, and then distracts Punk while Punk takes a zigzag, and now Punk will take on Ziggler next week for the title. All not bad. You can tell a screwjob finish was going to happen because they can't have Punk take on Laurinaitis now. It's way too early. I don't think Laurinaitis can really do anything significant in the ring against Punk. And then we finally got to see the Dark Rocketeer, Kane, make his way down to the ring to say why he's been attacking John Cena. And he cut some weird promo about you want people to rise above hate, but humankind is all about hate. We hate this, we hate that, they hate you. And until you learn to use that hate, you'll just constantly be becoming weaker, and all the last thing you're going to hear is Cena sucks. Between that and John Cena telling Zack Ryder, no, I didn't give you the opportunity, you earned it. I still don't know, between that and when there was Piper and all the other people they've had show up to talk with John Cena, if they want fans to boo Cena more, or they're trying to really push this heartfelt idea that John Cena is truly being hurt by these comments. If he doesn't address them, he's never going to go anywhere and grow as a competitor. I'm entirely lost as to which direction they're trying to go with that. I really am. For the last Raw of the year, I don't know. I think they set up some decent things for next year, and other things just seemed entirely to get dropped. I think there's still some mileage for Miz Cena. Yeah. Do I think that Miz Truth would be a decent feud? Yeah. Do I think that Ryder is U.S. champ really is going to need someone strong to go against to keep that feud going? Yeah. Do I think the Booker T Rhodes feud is pretty solid? Could I see maybe them getting a little bit more out of the show Henry? Yeah. I don't think that's a singles match at a pay-per-view. I think it's something that'll happen at the Royal Rumble itself. But now next week we have 2 debuts. 2. Whoever the video package is for, either Taker or Jericho, and then Brodus Clay. So all in all, this year, or this Raw, it's kind of like this year. It was a mixed bag. Had some good, had some bad. But at the end of the day, the highlight of it was getting to see Punk.